It's no fun getting old, but being lonely and sick in old age sounds like a sentence. But there have always been those who are not indifferent and ready to assist in difficult moments. The visiting nurses of the Belarusian Red Cross provide comprehensive home-based care, medical, social, individual and household, to lonely and living alone elderly and disabled people. Yevdokia is in her 80s. Half a year ago, she got a serious leg trauma and was sure she would not be able to walk again. Thanks to the visiting nurse of the Shchuchin BRC, Yevdokia has recovered her strength and started to walk again. This is one of the examples of the BRC Visiting Nurse Service assistance. For many, a visiting nurse becomes part of the family. At present, hundreds of people need assistance and care. The PRC visiting nurses provide assistance to about 11,000 beneficiaries. All of them are vulnerable people, the lonely and living alone elderly and disabled, unable to live without assistance. The current situation is not easy for the BRC Visiting Nurse Service. Since the time of its foundation, and it's almost half a century now, the basic nurses' activities haven't changed, but the financial support has significantly dropped. Since the collapse of the Soviet Union, the Visiting Nurse Service, like the BRC in general, has been supported only by the fees and donations. There have always been people willing to share and support, but struggling to work on the verge of survival is hindering the general development process. The Visiting Nurse Service needs financial assistance to strengthen home-based care and pull up the care process to the up-to-date level. Currently, the BRC comprises about 200 regional, city and oblast organizations. There are 57 medical social centers. Dozens of volunteers all over the country provide assistance in community work. But still, all this is not enough to reach everyone who is in need of care. One shouldn't stay indifferent to the sufferings of the others. Anyone can be in the situation of the one in need. On the BRC website, you can find information on how to assist.